Hello, I'm Don Peppers, and I'm asked occasionally, how do you deliver a better customer experience if what you sell is a service and not a product? But the truth is that is a softball question. It's easy because delivering a better customer experience inherently involves some element of rendering a service. You're rendering the service of helping the customer meet the need or solve the problem that they came to you for. Now, maybe your product will help them do that, but that's what your service is designed to do. And delivering a great customer experience means trying to individualize that customer experience so that you treat different customers differently and each customer appropriately. One thing you could do is you could think of subscribing your customers to your service. Rather than selling a service one at a time, think of subscribing them to an ongoing set of relationships. And what that relationship involves is meeting the need on an ongoing basis. If you employ people to fix problems or to perform services, let's say repair people, repairmen, service technicians, delivery drivers, then you want to recruit them to be better customer managers, relationship managers with customers, to be observant of the needs of their customers when they're on premises and so forth. At Peppers and Rogers Group, we once handled the U.S. Postal Service as a client, and we trained the Postal Service's drivers, delivery drivers, to count the number of FedEx packages and UPS packages, or estimate their proportions, at the customer locations where they picked up packages for the Postal Service. Why? Well, obviously, we wanted to see how the competitors were doing. We also wanted to be better able to serve those large clients. Or consider Managed by Q. That's a janitorial service launched in New York City, and it serves primarily the needs of startup businesses. Now, if you're a startup business, you have a lot of needs besides just janitorial services. You need a new office or workspace. You need to move a wall from here to there. You need new desk chairs or equipment. You need to order an exterminator. You're going to ask, you have to do all those things. So at Managed by Q, they pay their janitorial people extra, a considerable higher wage than the going rate for janitorial services, and they train them to listen in, to see, to observe from the customer what other needs the customer might have that Managed by Q might offer. And now they offer things like extermination services and moving services and other services for their startup clientele. For highly developed or complex services, you need to think about how successful your customers are in meeting their need. It's a complex need, so how successful are they with your product? And the customer success management idea as a discipline was popularized by software as a service companies, because if you're a software as a service vendor, then your customers gain access to your software by logging into your cloud service, and you can see what they're doing on your on your computers. You can see who's using your service and when and what for and so forth. So SaaS companies hire customer success managers who observe how best practices disseminate in different businesses, and they disseminate those best practices to their clients to try to make them more successful. But success management like that, customer success management, that's relevant for all service providers. Even if you don't sell cloud-based services, you need to track how different customers across industries use your service and what benefits they extract. You should set up success managers to embrace the problems that your customers are trying to solve and try to disseminate those best practices. And you should rely considerably a long time on content management. Disseminate best practices and content ideas and so forth. You should have a content management function. Ultimately, your job is to challenge your customers' thinking to make them ever more successful. You know, I used to work in the advertising business. I worked for the advertising genius, Jay Chiat, and one of the things he said that I was fondest of, he said, if you don't make the blood drain from your client's face in the meeting, you didn't deliver anything that was very creative. And I think that's the kind of way you ought to look at customer success management. If you don't make the blood drain from your customer's face once in a while, you aren't challenging their thinking enough. That's how you deliver the best customer experience in the service business.